What's going on, DMG clan? Today I'm going to share with you how you can multitask using the DNA Duo, meaning that you can play some games on one screen and YouTube on the other using the AY Node 2 or devices like the Ambernic RG556. So let's level up our gaming knowledge a bit more about the DNA Duo in 2024. So there is a feature on our Android handhelds that is not utilized very well by any means, other than this device right here, the Ambernic RG556, the one that I loathe. This feature, besides the point of me not liking the Ambernic RG556, works really well on the RG556. So this feature is called desktop mode. This feature you might know as Dex mode on the Samsung devices, and this feature works just like it does right now. Hopefully Mark Brownlee doesn't actually take my video down because I'm using YouTube on the bottom and I'm using SNES emulation on the top. So yeah, Mark Brownlee, if you take this down, you suck. I'm just kidding. I like his content. He is one of my favorite content creators in this kind of stuff, and maybe he'll showcase this thing one day. Hint hint. Mark Brownlee, showcase this video or this DNA Duo. So yes, this is the DNA Duo using an awesome feature that I've had a lot of people ask me about. This feature is, like I said, called desktop mode, and the Ambernic RG556, whoever developed their OS, has actually implemented this feature into it very, very well. What I mean by that is that if I go touch down here and I press pause, I want to go select a different video of some sort. Let's go we'll select a different video, just a random one. Okay, so this is the video I'm going to select. I want to touch this screen. It'll continue playing on the top screen, and it'll continue playing my YouTube video on the bottom screen without any issues. And yes, the DNA Duo has touchscreen functionality as well. You can touch the screen, go to your console options, change stuff if you need to. You can go into your settings if you need to change anything, and change things like your buttons, all that fun stuff. I know I haven't shown a lot about that, but yes, you can change all of your buttons. You can change your gamepad settings, all that kind of stuff while you're playing the game on the top screen. And then just changing these buttons, by the way, because there we go. And then you can just continue playing where you left off, watch a YouTube video. Maybe you want to utilize this for multiple different reasons. Like maybe you're watching a tutorial on how to play a game. Or maybe you're watching a tutorial on how to set up an emulator. Maybe you're watching a tutorial on how to build a house in Minecraft. Maybe you just want to watch a video on the bottom screen, which, yes, you can hear both sounds on both screens. It's no different than having a TV on in the background and play video games. It's a cool feature that a lot of these companies don't think about developing for, and I'm going to be showing you how to work it on the Odin 2 in a second. However, the latest version of the Odin 2, which is version 3.18, and I've mentioned this in the past already multiple times, is kind of buggy, and it has a bug that Ashley confirmed that is being worked on multiple times now over the last month of August, and this feature bugs out, unfortunately, right now. So my device that I'm going to show you has all of the latest apps, which, by the way, the Odin 2 handheld settings app is the exact same application as on the Retroid. It's just set up differently a little bit. It's got Retroid code in it, and so does the Odin one. The Odin one has Retroid code in it, or the Retroid one has Odin code in it. It's kind of funny. I'm not going to share much more about that because I'm here to show you guys the factor of being able to use two different screens on the DNA Duo. The DNA Duo that is currently on Indiegogo, if you want to go get one, that you can basically turn your handheld, gaming handheld that is, into sort of a portable computer, because all this is doing is running off the USB-C cord that I'm showing you here. Of course, this USB-C cord is going to be different. It's going to be all one cord, because right now this cord is just two different cords attached to each other because it wasn't long enough. I've already sourced out companies to get me custom molded cords that have a longer cable that will actually provide video and data transfer and stuff like that as well. But that all aside, with all the technical stuff, I've technically turned my Android gaming handheld into a sort of laptop in a sense, or a computer with multiple ways to do different things with the DNA Duo. The DNA Duo is something that I've been working hard on for a long time now, and it is now released on Indiegogo. You can go get it on Indiegogo right now and support the campaign and do stuff like this. You can also play DS emulation. You can play dual screen emulation, and hopefully soon, if I can figure it out, get 3DS emulation going as well without using Linux. So I know you guys probably thought, why is he showing me the Ambernic device when the thumbnail showed the Odin 2? Well, the reason why is because, like I said, the Ambernic device uses it very well, where the Odin 2, which I'm going to show you in a few seconds here after I do my save state. So I'm going to just pause this, click the 3 lines, go to save auto save state, click that, and then I'm going to shut this down, close content. Oh wow, it's just so magical that we can actually do this. So yes, I'm going to pause my video down here, and oh, I just did not full screen. There we go. Close out of this, and now we basically have like the basic Android operating system down here with all the apps, and then we have a little toggle, kind of like desktop mode on the Samsung devices, where we can, you know, use both screens separately, which is really flipping cool. So now I'm going to show you how this works with the Odin 2. Now, the Odin 2, like I said, has issues with the latest firmware. So this Odin 2 right here is on version 2.08, which is all the way back to December. Now, I have set it up with all the latest apps and everything, and yes, you can turn on and off the power of the screen, so the screen doesn't have to be on all the time. But if I go up here and try to touch this, it doesn't work just like the other device does. That is because AYN screwed something up, or their developer screwed something up, and it doesn't work properly. Retroid also has a problem where the mouse just stays on the screen. So when I go and touch in here and stuff, the mouse acts as like the touch acts as a mouse, so it's all device dependent. And like the best one that I found again was the Ambernic RG556. If the Ambernic RG556 hardware, or OS, as you see it bugged out, OS was built into the Odin 2 and performed like the Odin 2, I would say the Odin 2 was the perfect device for gaming for this kind of purpose. Now I'm going to show you how I do it. So I have a Bluetooth mouse and a keyboard. I have a Bluetooth separate mouse, which is right here. This is a cool little mouse that I found on Amazon, and I'm going to connect it. Now I think I might have to forget it and then reconnect it because there's also a bug with that. So I'm going to click on the button, pair a new device, and go to my mouse, click pair, and then I should be able to see my mouse on the top of the screen. So there's my mouse right there. So I can do the same thing. So if I wanted to play some Donkey Kong Country, for example, up here, and I wanted to go down here and watch some YouTube, let's continue maybe that video that we were just watching. Actually, let's go to, oh, here we go. Here's our favorite content creator in the world, Retro Game Corp. Now I'm going to click up here. Wait a second, because I said it is buggy, but we just got to wait 1 minute. There we go. There it goes. So there it is, playing both screens, playing video games on the top, listening to your maybe favorite content creator number 2 on the bottom, and or watching YouTube to get some tips about things, or turning on shaders like Russ is talking about right now, and some other cool features such as just playing video games and maybe even watching a movie. Maybe you want to watch a movie on the bottom screen and play video games on the top. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, I have a phone for that. Well, you know, it's not the same concept. I use my phone for texting, social media, and that's about it. I don't really use my phone for watching movies and YouTube and stuff like that on it. I have a tablet for that, but this saves me from having to use a tablet because it's portable. It doesn't use a lot of battery life. I've tested battery life on the Odin 2 and all these other devices, and it really does perform really well. Now, the devices that do have normal battery consumption, by the way, are like the Asus ROG Ally and the Steam Deck. They don't really chew up the battery that much. It depends on what you're playing, of course, but they don't chew up the battery that much either, because this is an LCD and it's a low power LCD that uses just USB-C for video and does have pass-through charging. So I did think about a lot of these aspects of this screen when I developed it, and I find that I do really bad with games when I talk a lot. But yeah, so here it is, the DNA duo as I die for the 4th time now, using 2 different screens, using desktop mode, and it's just something that you have to turn on in developer options, force desktop mode. I'm not going to show you it today because it's just something that I wanted to pique your interest about. I wanted to pique the interest of AYN about this as well. Maybe they'll customize their firmware. Maybe one day we will see maybe some custom firmware like we did in the olden days when we used to root our devices. Because I remember back in the day, there used to be a whole bunch of different custom ROMs that we'd be able to install on these. And technically, this is a custom ROM. This is a custom ROM that AYN paid somebody to make, or they made themselves, and is lying about who they actually are affiliated with because they have Retroid code in their software, or whatever the case may be. It's just something that I think should be implemented into any Android handheld or any Android device, because even my LG V60 has this desktop mode built into it. Now, I'm not going to be going and using that device for this because it has a second screen already. So, further ado, get yourself a DNA Duo over on Indiegogo. Support the channel, support the Indiegogo campaign, because I'm hoping that I can release a whole bunch of these all around the world, all of you to enjoy on your mobile gaming PC in 2024. Love you all. I almost made it to the end, but I freaking died.